This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the Markle family held a family reunion of sorts at Penn State Hazleton. Find out why it was such a big deal next. Good evening and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Ken Kara. Here's your daily headlines from FYI News 13 and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The name Markle towers in the city of Hazleton. In fact, just look up on Broad Street, and the Markle Bank and Trust Company building that was commissioned in 1910 by Alvin Markle is still the tallest building in the city. Hazleton's current public library used to be the Markle Library. It's hard to look around the Hazleton area and not see the influence of the Markle family. But now there's a permanent plaque commemorating their many contributions to the area and to Penn State's Hazleton campus. Here's some highlights from the dedication of the permanent historical record of the Markle family in High Acres that was held at Penn State Hazleton this morning.
It is my honor to welcome back the Markle family and friends to the Cunningham Pass property, originally purchased from the Lehigh Coal and Land Company in 1915. Their estate, High Acres, has proudly been our home since 1948, yet our history together goes full circle back to the beginning of Penn State Hazleton. We began offering our first classes in downtown Hazleton 81 years ago in 1934 with 39 students in the Markle Bank building.
How proud would your father be of today and the footprint that is still in this community for the Markle family?
Well, we're very pleased, of course, that this land that meant a lot to him is being used for such a worthy purpose. And actually, we're fortunate. So many fine old homes have gone. So many properties have changed for the worse. But High Acres has changed for the better. This was an open porch, doors opening from the big living room in there. And Grandfather loved to be out there on the porch where he could look out and see the valley. And
I also have made excursions up here with my father. Just to teach us. This is Green Street. This is what it used to look like. This is Broad Street. This is where the trolleys ran. This is the next street over where the railroad ran, the Lehigh Valley Railroad ran. He wants to be sure we know some of the facts of the place. That was very dear to his heart and very important to him.
Very last question. Work downtown, they're trying to revitalize it. I find it so interesting, the Markle family still, that Markle building is a huge part of it. Penn State Hazleton, a huge part of it. The library, a huge part of it. So make you proud?
Well, I think when these buildings were built and when they were conceived and built, the idea was that they would be a permanent contribution, that they would be a permanent part of the economic, social, and cultural life of the place. Actually, the disappointment would be if they weren't important in the future of the city.
The family also has established the Alvin Markle Jr. and Gladys Jones Markle Scholarship at Penn State Hazleton. Alvin Jr. is the one who encouraged his brother Eckley B.C. Markle to donate the land to the Hazleton Educational Council for Penn State's Hazleton campus. They gave Penn State Hazleton 27 more acres of land to work with recently. If you are from this area and don't know this history story, go to the campus and check out the plaque just outside of the Pasco-Shivo Administration Building. And while you're there, take in the view. The plaque, by the way, was donated by the descendants of Alvin Markle. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is doing its part to help the city of Baltimore recover from riots over the weekend. The Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency, PEMA, and the Pennsylvania State Police announced today that the state of Maryland has accepted Pennsylvania's offer of resources to assist the state of emergency currently active in the city of Baltimore. State Representative Jerry Knowles, who was in our studios earlier today, commented on the situation.
That's the right thing to do. When we had our recent incident up in the Poconos, there were many agencies that came in to assist us, and I think it's the decent thing to do. I think that everybody has the right to express their opinion, but I'm really disappointed in the way that they're doing that. Being unruly, destroying their own property, it makes no sense at all to me. But again, I think that that's the right thing to do, and I believe we should do that.
Pennsylvania offered assistance in response to Emergency Management Assistance Compact request that was put out by Maryland this week, and 300 Pennsylvania State Police personnel will be deployed along with a PEMA member to help expedite out-of-state resources if needed. Maryland will reimburse Pennsylvania's costs. Back in 2012, State Police responded to an EMAC request by the state of New Jersey in the wake of Hurricane Sandy. A disagreement over a cell phone resulted in a 15-year-old being charged with attempted homicide. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, Monomoy Township Police charged 15-year-old Joseph Grazza with allegedly trying to kill his mother over cell phone use. The teen was arraigned on one felony count each of criminal attempt to commit criminal homicide and aggravated assault, along with a misdemeanor charge of simple assault and terroristic threats. Grazza was arraigned and committed to the Schuylkill County Prison in lieu of $150,000 cash bail. One state lawmaker in our area will offer satellite office services during the month of May. State Representative Tara Toohill or a member of her staff will be available to assist constituents at 3 different locations next month. The satellite office services will be available on Friday, May 8th from 10 a.m. until noon at the Salem Township Municipal Building in Berwick, on Thursday, May 14th from 10 a.m. until noon at the Dorrance Township Municipal Building in Mountaintop, and on Tuesday, May 19th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. at the Free and Accepted Masons in Shikellamy. Assistance will be available for state-related issues and concerns, driver's license and vehicle registration applications, and applications for various state programs. Assistance will also be available at Representative Toohill's full-time district office at 1 West Broad Street in Hazleton. Details are available at reptoohill.com or on her Facebook page. This Friday is May 1st. It's also the first Friday in downtown Hazleton. The Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress, the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, and Hazleton Power have decided to change their popular monthly event from Second Friday to First Friday. Alliance Executive Director Krista Schneider said one of the many events taking place at this First Friday will involve the Pennsylvania Theater for Performing Arts.
Well, the Pennsylvania Theater for Performing Arts is having their opening night. It's called Lost in Yonkers. So it's a theatrical play, and they're also, as usual, hosting a dinner buffet ahead of time. And if you mention First Friday, when you pay for your admission, you get $1 off.
For tickets and reservations for Lost in Yonkers, call PTPA at 570-454-5451, or you can go to their website at ptpashows.org. And for more information on the many events of First Friday, visit downtownhazelton.org. We'll have much more on First Friday tomorrow right here on FYI. Still to come today on FYI, Standard Speaker sports editor Dave Seaman is here, and we'll discuss a very successful spring for our local sports teams. And up next, Lisa Sugar talks bingo.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Well, what's the sense? We're learning about it here in your community every Wednesday at the Sage Exchange, and we're with the owner again, Tamara, and she's been offering some great advice, tips on decorating, on gardening, and it's all done on a strict budget, right?
Totally budget. I've learned with having all my children like pennies.
Pennies.
But, you know, there's a lot of good resources that are all around us, and you'd be surprised what you can do with nothing.
Today we're working with pallets. You know, you think about throwing out pallets once you have them, but what do we do here? We're talking about gardening, right?
I love pallets. I love them, love them, love them. It's totally free wood. And companies all over have them laying outside. Go get them. There's tons of things you could do with pallets. I'll have that on my website, too. What I love, what I just fell in love with was the garden. Now this was just pretty much planted. I have some tips with this. I love these because they're space savers. We have a deck in our home. You can have these on the ground, which they're very pretty if you have a lot of room, but they can hang. And all you do is you take some hooks,
right?
You know, when you're putting in, and you just can hang them. Now they are heavy,
right?
So you really got to get light potting soil, but I'll have all that, like the tips on the how to do.
So this is neat because, again, I'm always looking for stuff that you can do with your kids, and if you have an apartment and you don't have a lot of space, or you don't have a front yard or a backyard, it's where do I dig this garden? Or if you have a house and you don't really have a backyard, where do I put it? Well, this is a great idea. Now, what are some of the things that you mixed and matched with
I did.
with flowers and with your seasonings and such,
I
correct?
did. There's some herbs in there. There's some flowers. There's cabbage and lettuce and some spinach. On the top, I put moss because moss is very, very absorbent. It holds the moisture, and it will keep the moisture going down. You know, because it goes down.
Right.
So I would suggest, though, putting your herbs on the top just because they're lighter.
Okay, now, if you want to keep this flat, that's okay. You can put it just
Totally flat.
and then you could like spray paint these or make this
Colors.
decorative. Let the kids put their names on it, which
Yeah.
is so creative.
Chalkboard paint's great.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You know, if you just paint whatever, but they're so fun and they're so easy. But pretty much just hanging them, I just think is great because the animals won't, you know, on the ground too. That if they're hanging on your decks, they look so pretty.
All right, so this again, you could check out tomorrow's website and join us here every Wednesday on FYI. Next week, what about those old tires you see outside? Well, we're going to put them to good use.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Spring decided to show up today. Definitely the laziest of all the seasons, but when it does show up, it is beautiful. Here's a look down at the Cunningham and Sugarloaf valleys. Here's your weather from the National Weather Service. Tonight, a little bit cool, partly cloudy, low of 44 degrees. As we take a look at the extended forecast, Thursday we have a 50% chance of showers. It'll be a mostly cloudy day. We'll get up into the 60s once again. On Thursday night, 40% chance of showers. Our low will be 43 degrees. Friday, 30% chance of showers. High near 56 degrees. And on Friday night, there is a slight chance of showers as we go into the weekend, low of 41 degrees. Saturday, the storms move out, partly sunny with a high of 61. Saturday night will be partly cloudy. Our low will be 42 degrees. And on Sunday, very, very nice day, mostly sunny with a high near 67. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low back in the mid 40s. Weather on FYI is brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency with 2 locations to serve you. One on Sugarloaf Avenue in Cunningham, the other is on in Nescopec on Broad Street. You can call them in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescopec at 570-752-7683.
Well, it's time for a very popular fundraiser. If you love American Girl dolls, then this is definitely for you, an American Girl doll bingo, taking place this Sunday, May 3rd, and that is at St. Michael's Church Hall in Shenandoah. Here to talk about it today, we have, of course, Monsignor Myron Grabowski from the church, and also Kathy Pengren, who is one of the committee members for this wonderful event. Kathy, tell us about the bingo that's taking place on Sunday.
Yes, this is our 5th annual American Girl Doll Bingo, and doors will be opening at 12 noon, and the first bingo will begin at 1:30. But there is an early bird special at 1:15. Tickets are $25, which can be purchased in advance or at the door. To purchase in advance, you just need to call 462-0809. Now, each ticket will provide 20 games and 5 specials, but there would be other raffles, specials, and games available for purchase.
And then if anyone wins, they get to choose the doll that they would like to take home with them?
They do. We have some exciting prizes in dolls, accessories, and furniture. Now, the dolls are valued at between $60 and $120, and the books, the accessories, and the furniture can range from $20 to $300. So we do have some very high ticket items.
Wow, that's a great deal to win something like that for the price of a $25 ticket. So this is a great fundraiser for, and I know so many people, whether they be children or adults, collect American Girl dolls. Monsignor, why is this event so important to your parish?
This event is so important for the parish due to the fact that we are in the process of beginning a major renovation of the church. And every single dollar helps out. And we figured this is a good way of trying to raise some funds, bringing enjoyment to young girls and families that come and participate. So we just ask if you're able to find some time and to help us out, we would appreciate it. And we thank you very much. And also, just to mention, I believe we also provide a game whereby if people bring food items for our food bank, they get a special game that, in addition to the 20 games that are already listed.
Well, that's a nice encouragement as well. So this is really great. It's going to help benefit the parish, and it's going to be a day of fun. So you want to invite everybody from everywhere to come on out, get their tickets in advance if possible, because that's a plus too. You're in a special drawing if you get your ticket in advance.
Special drawing, yes. And I think one of the exciting things about the American Girl doll series is that each doll comes with a book relating to her heritage and her point in history. And the stories are told from the viewpoint of a young girl. So this series is very empowering for young girls.
Well, very well said. And I know my girls always love the American Girl dolls. So the American Girl Doll Bingo taking place this Sunday, May 3rd. Doors open at 12 noon. Early birds at 1:15, and then the bingo begins at 1:30. Again, admission $25, and you can call 462-0809 for your tickets in advance. I hope this is a tremendous success, and thank you both for coming here today.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Our pleasure.
If you win $1 million from the Pennsylvania Lottery, I think you could buy 2 American Girl dolls. Let's see if you're a winner. Pennsylvania midday winning lottery numbers: pick 2, 17, pick 3, 299, pick 4, 8708, pick 5, 14973. Dave Day is next in sports.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Welcome to another Dave Day on FYI News 13. Dave Seaman, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker, is with us once again. And Dave, it's a grind. I think we said this last year at this time for our local baseball and softball teams, but just day in and day out, it seems like they have a game thanks to the weather. The Hazleton area softball team started the season very, very hot, Dave. Recently, they've had some tough losses, one on Saturday to Nanacoke, and I talked after the game, a big walk-off win against Berwick to Maria Trivalpiece, and she said, listen, it's been hard luck for us recently, but Dave, they really had a chance in this game too. I don't want to say give up, but Berwick came back. They took that 3-2 lead late in the game, but the Cougars battled back, tied in the 6th, and then come out and win walk-off fashion in the 7th. I think that says a lot about this team.
It says a lot about their experience. They've been in a lot of games like that over the last few seasons. The girls have been through the wars, through the battles, and they know how to respond when the chips are down.
I think good teams, Dave, what it really comes down to is that timely hitting. Lady Cougars last year, when they won the district championship, needed that big home run. They got it, and they're starting to get that now. The defense has always been there. It seems like the timely hitting is coming, and that's scary if you're going up against the Lady Cougars as they try to close things out with the championship. And Dave, we might be very busy come the end of baseball and softball season because there's a possibility, I think you said, for 5 district championships in baseball, just baseball.
Just baseball alone. If you look at the Hazleton area baseball team in District 2, Quad A, MMI baseball in Single A in District 2, and in District 11 you have Marion in Single A, North Schuylkill in Double A, and Tamaqua in Triple A, all viable contenders for championships.
Dave, and another team doing very well right now, the Hazleton area boys track and field team, girls track and field team as well, as they get ready for leagues and eventually districts. Steve Stallone from the Standard Speaker, great article on Nicole Burley. And you know what? I was running recently, Dave. I'm getting up to 3 miles, and I think I pulled a muscle in the back of my leg, and I've been out for like 2 weeks now. I read her story and how she's battled back from injuries, and it's truly incredible. And she wants one more run at states, and she might get there.
Nicole's a testament to hard work and perseverance. What she's had to overcome to be where she's back at, being in position at districts perhaps to win another gold medal, get back to states. It'd be a great cap to her career, and just an inspiration for younger athletes. You watch her story and you read her story, and you can't be, it's nothing but heartwarming. And it's tougher with individual sports as well because your teammates could pick you up. In track, you're part of a team, but you're running individually too, so it hurts a little bit more when you're not there and being part of it.
And Nicole, a distance runner, had to do a lot of work on her own to get back, although she did credit her coaches, trying to get her mile time down again, Dave. She said that part's been frustrating. It's incredible. Sometimes you just cover these games, you see all these stats, but definitely real people behind them. You can check out Steve Stallone's feature story on Nicole at standardspeaker.com. Well, speaking of Nicole Burley, she won the 1,600-meter run and the 800 against Crestwood on Tuesday. She also took third in the 3,200-meter run as the Lady Cougars won. They moved to 5-2 overall and 4-2 in the Wyoming Valley Conference. The boys improved to 5-1 in league. They are chasing Coughlin in the standings. The Crusaders are 6-0. The Cougars and Lady Cougars have their last league meet next Tuesday against Tunkhannock. In tennis, MMI, they continue on a hot streak. They won all 3 singles matches to beat Crestwood. The Lady Cougars lacrosse team, they lost to Selinsgrove. In softball, Marion, they beat Nativity by a run. Mackenzie Joy hit a walk-off home run for the Phillies. Hazelton area beat Tunkhannock in baseball. Joey Barron struck out 10 for the Big HA. Marion and Shenandoah Valley also earned victories on the diamond. Russ Kanzler had the night off as Lehigh Valley lost to Durham, and Scranton Wilkes-Barre, the Rail Riders, they lost their second straight to the Gwinnett Braves. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95 plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. One announcement for this evening. Community Bible Fellowship Church will be holding a free lunch Sunday, May 3rd from noon to 2 p.m. The church is located at 458 West Spruce Street. Eat-ins only will be available for this lunch. For more information, just call 570-436-2061. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Josephine Celentano, formerly of Tresco, services were held in California. John G. Scatton of Hazelton, services will be held at the convenience of the family and under the direction of the Hazel Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Cody Nathaniel Houseman of Scranton, services are Thursday at 10 a.m. in the Kearney Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 9 to 10 a.m. Mary R. Anama of Hazelton, funeral is Friday at 9:45 a.m. from the Boyle Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Friday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. Barbara J. Frausen of Cunningham, services will be held at the convenience of the family and under the direction of the Harmon Funeral Home. Bernard J. Martinek, formerly of West Hazelton, funeral is Saturday at 9:30 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. Christopher Mercer of Freeland, the McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home will announce complete arrangements. And Stephen M. Tyler of Hazelton. Arrangements will be announced by the Hazel Chapel of the Cropton Hughes Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Gary Rosado of Hazel Township. Gary, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
If you missed any of FYI, we do have rebroadcasts, or you can go to SSPTV.com and check it out there. We'll be back on Thursday. Take it easy, everyone.